Testing. By the way, who got pole in Formula E? I wanted to know. Oh! Oh my god, I can't believe the stream is on. So, okay. So, hey guys, you know who I am, you know who you are. Welcome to GP2 qualifying GP2. And we're here at the Hockenheimring, which is coincidentally where I took my final ever race victory in the top class, but we're here for the GP2. So, yeah, this is the start of today's Germany action, of this week's Germany action, but yeah, we're gonna get the qualifying underway shortly. It's an interesting championship so far, but yeah, we're gonna. I can't believe I left the stream on, but yeah, I'm not getting anything on the screenshot right now. Just saying, but just so you know, and I'm just gonna look at the championship standings. Oh, I see it's bugging. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the championship standings. So we're gonna see. Hello guys, I hope you're doing good. So yeah, 2016 GP2 OC, and we're looking at so Xavi Perez. So I'm gonna just read it to the championship standings while we're waiting for the issue to get sorted out, I guess, because yeah. So we got in first place Xavi Perez on 76 points. Past the halfway point of the championship, by the way. So Xavi Perez in first on 76 points. Then we got Paulino Tomaselli in second on 62. Nicolas Zorbach on 60. Henry Watson on 57. Joel Hutter on 50. Rodrigo Gomez on 45. Then Lord Chang and Nezan Radivojevic on 42. Then we got Alessandro Tomaselli and Maxim Titkov 37. Bence Waldinger 34. Leon Campana 30. Max Skillen 28. Tomasz Pascual in 14th, 26. Robin Careless, who is no longer racing, 25. Jamie Griffiths also 25. Davi Suarez 18. Jared Fosbury 14. Andre Federi 12. Barnes Zol got 10. Daniel Macamo 9. Isaac for sure 6. And in 23rd we got Thomas Anderson with just 4 points, but he's only done 3 races so far. So yeah, that's the championship standing. So now I think it's about time we get into a qualifying, and there will be some cloud cover, but it's gonna be a dry race. Oh yeah. Quite a lot of history on this track, especially for me. I took my first points and my final victory here, but let's see some more history this time on the GP2 action. So yeah, Laura Chung is it's still I think it might be raining outside, but the rain is surely drying down immediately because yeah, you can see Laura Chung has the intermediate tires. I'm sure there's gonna be people on the dries, so we're just gonna have to wait for those guys to see what they are capable. We're looking with Tomaselli here. He's second in the championship. Can he make? I think he's gonna try to make it one better, but he's 14 points behind. So yeah, I'm sure he wants to win. Oh, the forecast was wrong. That's wrong. Understood. And we got a car going out on track, and I think that's Campana, and it probably is. And now Tomaselli is heading onto the circuit as well as a lot of other cars getting ready. Yeah, Campana is first to go on track, and in these conditions are definitely not dry. The forecast was messed up, and you can see, and the Mercedes test driver is the first one to enter the track. These conditions will be interesting because if it gets worse, the first lap will mean everything. If it gets better, the first lap is not gonna matter. So yeah, it's up to the drivers to decide how much they push on this lap, because it might be their best lap if the conditions get even worse. So yeah, out of the hairpin now, heading back onto the old circuit. You can see exiting the forest. This left-hander were in 2014. Alonso and Ricardo had a big battle over there, and it was entertaining. Then afterwards, we're one corner away from the stadium section. You can see this corner. And then the infamous corner where everyone knows what happened 2 years ago. Yeah, this corner, the Zax corner, then a little bit of a chicane, and then turn 16, or is it 19, I don't know. This corner is absolutely famous for what happened last year in real life. I can't believe it's 2020 already. Another last corner, Campana is starting the lap, and you can see on the minimap, there are loads of cars on the track. Through turn 1 he goes, riding the curb with a wheel but staying on the track. Out for the aquaplaning. Need to turn 2, a little bit of stuttering from the cockpit, I think. And power down onto the parabolica, which is like it's not exactly a straight, but it's a flat out corner which any car can do flat out. And 27.3 to the first sector from Campana, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be the best lap or if it, you know what I mean. Now through the hairpin, the critical right-hander. And there is a bug. Is there a bug? A flaw I was able to see your Discord for some reason, but yeah. Campana goes to the left-hander now, the 90 degree. It's not exactly 90 degree, but it's almost 90 degree left-hander. Now 58.7 at the second sector split, but I think that's earlier than in real life because it was before the corner, not it was before the right-hander, not way before. Now Campana goes to the Sax corner. Chicane. Now to the Sud corner. The final two bends, which are tied together, I guess. Exit is critical here. He has match of the curb as you can and power across the line for 1:30.2. That's his benchmark. Let's see if Tomaselli can beat him. And who's second in the championship is second on the track. Now Radivojevic goes fastest. Lord Chang goes into third. Rodrigo Gomez, it goes into second, the man who won the first race. Then we're looking at Titkov, who is holding up Fosbury behind him. Titkov of 7th, Fosbury 2nd. Zorbach in 9th because he gets demoted to 8 by Pashkol, goes into 3rd. Tomaselli 8th, Anderson 5th. Good job for Anderson. Max Skillen goes into 9th. Fosbury is holding up another car. He goes 13th, Griffith goes 12th, so bad laps for both of them. Suarez goes 7th, and now here goes Zolga. He goes 7th and Valgar goes into P5. What about Joel Hutter? Where is he gonna go? He goes into 6th. Next is Federi, goes into 9th. Perez goes into 4th, the championship leader. Now Henry Watzel, he's holding up another car, which Makamo goes into 12th and Watzel goes into 19th. Now what about Campana? Oh yeah, Campana did his lap. So that's everyone done with their laps, and yeah. I think Radivojevic has been on pole before, but did something happen to Zorbach because he was way off the pace? So let's see. Was this on his flying lap? Yeah, it wasn't. For sure he went for the overtake. On the inside. And this is not the ideal time to overtake. You should overtake in the race, not in the qualifying. But yeah, Zorbach's lap was compromised as a result. And he was 3 seconds off just in the first sector, so that's crazy. And in the other sectors, he lost like 8 tenths. So I'm trying to figure out where he could have been, but I think he could have been in the top 10 if he did a good sector 1. But yeah. Anyway, the first rounds were done pretty quickly. Remember, even in the wet, this is a pretty short circuit. So yeah. This is one of the best circuits on the calendar, if you ask me, even if you cut out the old high-speed section. As Makamo goes for the overtake, it's okay because they're not on a flying lap, so they're just racing to get back into the pits. They can do another, and Griffith is trying to overtake again. Can he make it? No, he can't make it. I think they're just practicing for the race because obviously GP2 doesn't have practice sessions. And Gomez is gonna get wheeled, I think, but first he needs to get past no, it's not Campos. Is the Campos? No, it's not the Campos. Past the Rapax, yeah, sorry. The Haas sponsorship. And yeah, it's a little bit of a mess in the pit lane, but nothing out of the ordinary extremely. As the McLaren Mercedes early 2000s livery mechanic is wheeling him back into the pits. You can see that sponsorship, which, yeah, and the team logo, which is censored for something else, which I'm not gonna say, obviously. But yeah, Gomez into the garage now, and he's just gonna wait for the second lap. So we'll have to see what the conditions are going to be like, because conditions decide everything in times like these. You can have the slowest car, and you can still take pole if you do your lap at the exactly perfect time. For example, Nico Hulkenberg got pole in Brazil in 2010 because he knew exactly when to come out and what tire to go for in real life. So on the Mondays, then do on the Tuesday, says Zorbach on the radio, according to Jamie. So yeah, I guess you're right, but yeah. Remember, the races after this are gonna be Belgium, Italy, TBA, and Brazil. So yeah, we just got 5 races to go after this one. So we're slowly but surely getting to the business end of this championship, and unlike last season, we don't have a pattern emerging. The championship leader only finished in the points 3 times, and coincidentally, he won 2 of those races. So it's a very tight championship. And speaking of the championship leader, he won the last race. And speaking of the championship leader again, his biggest rival, the man in second place on the table, is back on the track. So Tomaselli, he was the second one to start the first run, but now he's gonna be the first one to start the second run. I'm sure he wants to improve on his P15. He's behind his main rival, and I'm sure he wants to change that. So we're gonna see what he can do about it. But yeah. And there he goes. Where loads of things can happen. Your predictions, guys. Is the track gonna get better, or is he still on the intermediate tires? I think he's still on the intermediate tires, but I think the track might get better towards the end. I'm not sure. But if it does, then we're gonna see a massive shakeup of the times, because whoever comes out later is gonna have an advantage. And I think this guy might be clearing up in this point, like over the start-finish straight. We're still looking at Watzel, who is not going on the track right now, but Griffiths is. And if people are going out at times like this, might cause traffic. But I don't think. No, Tomaselli. Tomaselli. Oh, Tomaselli is getting traffic unless he can overtake him very quickly now. Tomaselli goes down the inside and he overtakes the traffic just in time. But did it compromise his lap already, or is he not affected? Gonna have to see at the first sector split. Goes Tomaselli in just a few seconds, and here he goes at the end of sector 1. He is improving by half a second. Wow, this is very good. So I think he might have had a lot of traffic on his previous lap. Yeah, Tomaselli is definitely on for an improvement, even if he had a slight hold up in the first sector. But he's gonna have clean air in the other two, so he's gonna go for it. Let's see. He's sure to improve unless he makes a mistake. So yeah, to the Mobile 1 corner, I think that's how it's called. And after this right-hander, you need to use all the curb on the exit to keep it in a straight line, and he's improving by 7 tenths, but still 9 tenths behind the pole woman, not the pole man. But yeah, behind the pole sitter. Now into the Sachs corner, braking hard. Make sure you don't run wide because the gravel is unforgiving. And yeah, now through these fast corners, and now into the Sid curve. The double right-hander at the end of the lap goes Paulino Tomaselli. And how much is he going to improve by? Where is he going to go? And he might be already holding up the car behind. Tomaselli goes into 7th. Waldinger starts the lap. What about Campana? Where's he going to go? The American goes into 2nd. So close to his former teammate from last season, Radivojevic. Now speaking of for sure goes into 3rd. So the times are improving. And speaking of improving, here's the pole sitter. Can she improve on her lap time even more? Cross the line. She improves by a 10th. So good lap for her. Titkovs goes into 2nd, and Skillen goes on pole. Skillen goes on provisional pole, and her starts his lap. What about championship leader? Xavi Perez crossed the line. He doesn't improve, but Zorbach goes on pole by 7.5 tenths. What a lap from Zorbach. He was in last, but he went to 1st. Suarez goes into 10th. Fosberg goes on pole now by half a second. Pashkol goes into 3rd. Wow. Things are definitely shaking up. I think the track is getting better. Let's see if Rodrigo Gomez can take pole now, or if he can just improve on his position. He's currently in 10th place. Is that gonna change? He goes into 7th. Laura Chung, she goes into 8th. Tomaselli goes into 3rd. What about Anderson? I guess he's the new boy out of everyone. He's holding up the other car, and Federi goes into 2nd despite the traffic. Radical changes to the lap times now. Let's see if Makamo can take advantage of these changing conditions. And Daniel Makamo goes across the line. He goes into 7th. Very good improvement. He improved by 1.5 seconds. And Tomaselli gets into the pits. But yeah, this second run was very unpredictable. Zorba went from last to first, but then he got thrown by Fosbury, who's now on pole by 0.4 of a second. This is exciting. Yeah, so Joe, thank you. So Nizana has been on pole before. Not this season, but she's been on pole. When I referred, I thought if she got pole this season, but of course now she's not on professional pole anymore, but we still got 2 rounds left, so that could change. And Joel Hutter goes into 3rd. And Watson went to the pole position. I didn't even notice. I was just looking at the Wikia page, but sorry, yeah. So Henry Watson snuck into pole position out of nowhere. Even I didn't see it, but yeah, Watson is now professional pole, and we still got some guys racing over there. Watch for Federi, because Federi, he got traffic on his lap, and he still went 2nd fastest, now 3rd fastest. And Watson, yeah, you can see now, he went pole by 1.4 of a second. And he was even improving on his in lap, so there's definitely potential for more speed in that lap. But yeah, Makamo is improving a lot, I think, but I think he's also coming into the pit lane. So he's not actually gonna get to improve on this run anyway. You know what I mean? And Griffith is 3 seconds behind. The traffic is definitely not helping him. And now Zorbach, I'm sure the man is 3rd in the championship, and he's ahead of both his rivals. If I'm not mistaken, he is ahead of both his rivals. So this is good for Zorbach. This is also good for Federi. Federi is in what position was Federi? Federi is in the championship. He's in 19th, so he definitely wants to change that position for the better. And tomorrow, or even today with some bonus points, he can change that if he grabs the pole. As we got 16 minutes and 46 seconds to go, and Tomaselli is the first one to go again. You can see the sky is brightening up, the rain is starting to go away, and this means lap times are going to improve. And Tomaselli is on the slicks! Tomaselli is on the slick tires, so this could be a very big gamble. Is it dry enough for the slick tires, or is it still too wet? Inter's the better choice right now. Gonna have to wait. As Tomaselli, he's gonna be the first one to go on for the run once again. I would assume, yes, once again. I wonder if he can keep it clean, and let's see where he can go. If he can get ahead of his teammate. Hello, George. Hello, Nicholas. Hello everyone. I hope you're enjoying this. Tomaselli, he's just preparing for the lap. We don't got so many cars on track at the moment. We got Radivojevic, we got Campana, and we got Fashor, and we got Tomaselli, of course. We also got Zolga. That's on Tomaselli as well. So yeah. Now braking hard into the Sachs corner. I think he had a little bit of aquaplaning, but it doesn't matter because it was the out lap. Now Tomaselli, as we got some cars heading out of the pit lane, so Tomaselli might not have the best timing. But if he can keep clean air, you know, this guy can do a good lap. So Paulino Tomaselli starts the lap now. Is he gonna be in clean air as he heads into the north curve? Here he goes, through turn 1. And he has a car ahead of him once again. But I think it's the same car as before. Is he gonna overtake him once again into turn 2? Yes, he does, but I'm not sure how this changes his lap. And it's Davi Suarez again, I think. I think this is not helping Tomaselli. It's not helping his sector time. You can see he went a little bit deep there, and to the heck, and Suarez is also on the slick tires. So let's see Tomaselli through the first sector. What he's doing is now Suarez is trying to overtake him once again. So Tomaselli's lap is definitely ruined now, as Suarez goes for the overtake. And yeah, he actually tries to go for it, and he makes the overtake. So yeah, Tomaselli's lap is absolutely ruined. And now Tomaselli is still ahead of him. But he can say goodbye to his lap, because I think you need to wait a little longer for the slicks to be in good condition. Because right now, you can see how much he's not improving. At the sector split, down. on his best. So yeah, this I'm not sure the condition. You can see a dry line starting to emerge, but just having a dry line doesn't mean the slicks are the optimal tire. Of course, it dries up quickly, but yeah, everyone except for Makamo is in the circuit now. So Tomaselli is gonna finish his lap. The last sector seems particularly dry, so we'll see if this is gonna be an improvement or not. You can see a very wide dry line, and Tomaselli improves to go into 8th. So the track is definitely starting to improve, even though he had a messy lap. Managed to improve so much, and now here goes Lynn Campana. Is this gonna be pole? It is by 1.1 seconds. How about Radivojevic? She was on pole before. Can she take it back? No! By just so little, by just 200 of a second. Gomez starts the lap. What about Zolga? He's holding up Watzel. Zolga goes into 3rd place. I was right. The slicks are definitely the right tire to go. Now it's the qualifying session basically restarted with everyone doing laps on the slick bare tires, and for sure it goes into pole. Provisional pole by 2/10. What about Alessandro Tomaselli? Can he grab it? Can he grab it for him? No, from him, sorry. I think Paulino Tomaselli was too early to start the lap, but yeah, it's got the perfect timing. It's gonna get better and better. And now Tomaselli goes down. He goes pole by 4/10. Griffith starts the lap, and Hutter starts the lap. Now the championship leader, Xavi Perez. He got pole to win in Hungary. Is he gonna get pole again here in Germany? Xavi Perez goes into 5th place only. It's not pole for him right now. What about Laura Chung? Can she get into the front row? She goes into 5th. Titkov goes into 2nd. He gets on the front row for now anyway. What about Jared Fosbury? Across the line, he's gonna go 6th, and Zorbach goes into 2nd. Good job for Zorbach. Now Max Killen, he goes into 3rd place. Very close behind Zorbach and San Tomaselli. Now David Suarez across the line is gonna go. And 12th place, not so good. But Anderson went on pole, but now Pascual goes on pole. Anderson had pole for just a few seconds, but Tomasz Pascual took it away from him. Now Rodrigo Gomez, he won the first race, remember? So never count him out of the title fight. Rodrigo Gomez goes into 2nd. He takes the front row spot now. And the track is definitely improving more and more and more. And Watzel goes into 9th, which is now 10th because Wallinger goes into 4th. And now Andrea Federi. I think this is a very good lap that Federi is having. And Federi goes in pole position. Great lap from Federi. But that's exactly what he needs. I might have jinxed him when I said he wanted the bonus points. And if it stays like this, he's gonna get the bonus points. But the track is absolutely sure to improve. Griffiths is 6.4 seconds behind the poleman, but he's on much better tires now. So what can he do? I'm sure he's going to improve. And here goes Jamie Griffiths across the line. He goes from last to 1st. Just like Zorba, he goes on provisional pole. And Hutter goes into 2nd. Great lap from Griffiths there. Zorba did early in the session, and now Griffiths goes as well. He was in last place, and now is in 1st place. But I'm sure there's even more lap time to be found. And remember, there will be one more run left. So yeah. Race. No, the qualifying is interesting. And remember, there will be. Yeah, sure. You can commentate tomorrow, of course. And yeah, Paulino got screwed, but remember, wasn't the last run, so Paulino Tomaselli still has one more chance. Oh, I think everyone has one more chance, or maybe 2 chances if they stayed in instead of going out on track. Because I know for a fact Macamo, he didn't go on track this run, so yeah. Anyway, got a car going onto the track again. No, he's coming to the garage. I'm so wrong. Hutter is still on the track, so he definitely took advantage of the conditions. But this qualifying is interesting. With just 10 minutes to go, the bell for pole is absolutely wide open. Anyone can get it. It's way too difficult to predict. Zolga is the first one to go out. Remember, the later, the greater. Griffiths and Hutter were the last ones to complete a lap in the previous run, and now they're in their P1 and P2, so there is still some water on the track, as you can see clearly in Sector 1. Zolga. But now as we start Sector 2, the track seems a lot more dry. Ben Zolga, the DTM champion, he's in P19 right now. But this might be his final chance to get better than P19. And in the ever-improving track conditions, I'm sure he's going to improve on the lap. But everyone's going to improve on the lap, so he can, to make sure he doesn't end up in P19 again once everyone else is done with their laps. You know what I mean. And Makamo is also on the track, and so are Campana, Radivojevic for sure, Titkov, and San Tomaselli. and Paulino Tomaselli as well. Yeah, Zolga is the first one to start the final run. And not so many people at this moment, because loads of people go out later, and this is an advantage. This is an advantage for them. But remember, some people are gonna. No, wait. Some people are gonna get the lap after this if they skip this lap, and this could be an advantage for them. As now Zolga starts his lap, and there might be traffic in the form of the. No, he's not. He passes the traffic because he was exiting the pits. So this is a clean sector 1. It's gonna be hug that apex and then go mad on the power through the left-hander onto the parabolica. Goes Zolga through sector 1. What's his sector time gonna be? He's very close to Paul. He's up by almost 8/10 on his own best, so maybe he can challenge from the front row. Just have to see what the rest of the lap is like. And the top 3 haven't gone out. Okay, no, Griffiths and Federi haven't gone out, so maybe they're saving their 8s in the hole for the final run, but they're not going out now. This might be an interesting strategy, as we're still looking at Zolga. He completes sector 2, and he's 3/10 off, but 1 second up on his best, but 3/10 off pole, so I'm not sure that he's gonna have pole, but he's gonna definitely improve on his P19. As well as Zolga goes to the Sachs corner, you can see that guy line, it's so clear. And there's just getting more and more grip on the track. As Griffith is the only one not on track, so I think this might be a bluff, I'm not sure. Here goes Zolga to finish his qualifying session. Zolga, he doesn't finish it, he goes into 5th, so he still has 1 more run. Macamo goes on pole position, that's pole for Macamo. Xavi Perez starts the lap as well as Rodrigo Gomez. Now Radivojevic, she was the first pole sitter today. Where's she gonna go? She goes into 5th and her session is over. Tomaselli goes into 3rd as Zorbach starts the lap, and Zorbach might be held up by his teammate, which is very weird. Isaac Peshor goes into 8th place, that's his session over. Now what about Campana? Where is he gonna go? He's currently in 18th, but he's definitely on for an improvement. Here goes the American, and he goes into 2nd, so close behind Macamo. Asan Tomaselli into 10th place. Joe Hatter starts the lap. Titkov 17th only. That's disappointing for Maxim Titkov. You can see those guys have their session over, the checkered flag. And we're looking at David Suarez. He is in, he's at the back, so maybe we'll see where he's gonna go. Out of the final corner goes David Suarez. And he goes into 15th, not so good. Federi starts the lap. Now Anderson's gonna finish the lap, and Thomas Anderson, so close, he goes 3rd place, just 7/100 behind the pole. Now Laura Chang, she goes into pole by 1.5 tenths. And here goes Max Skillen, he goes into 7th. Benz Waldinger, here he goes. He doesn't improve, this is weird. He was on pole earlier. Does he get back on pole? No, he goes into P7. That's his session over. Jared Fosbury, he goes into 13th, 1 second off. Xavi Perez goes into 6th, just ahead of Tomaselli. This is critical. Rodrigo Gomez goes into 11th. And yeah, you can see there are some guys who still have a run left, and this could be very advantageous for them with the ever-improving track conditions. And Herin Watzel, I think he's the last one to do the run out of these guys. He's currently last, but I'm sure he's gonna improve it. He does improve, he goes into 12th place. So yeah. Now Joel Hutter, I think he might have been impeded on the lap. There goes Joel Hutter. Is this gonna be an improvement or not? Joel Hutter, no, he doesn't improve, and that's his session over. He just barely doesn't improve, so if he didn't have the hold up, who knows where he would have gone. But you can see the field is somewhat close, which is very good for the racing, but the session isn't over just yet. So what happened to Hutter? As the other one's heading into the pits, Hutter just slowed down. It was Tomaselli who pitted, and this slowed down Hutter, which is not so good. Yeah, this is interesting. And you can see, we got Federi now. He's gonna finish his lap, and I think this will be his session over as well. Andrea Federi across the line, he goes onto pole position by 4/10. Wow, what a lap from Federi. He was on pole earlier, and he's on pole again. But remember, the session isn't over just yet. We still got 3 people who have made the very intelligent choice of skipping one of their runs so they can go out at the very end. This is gonna help them a lot, because the track is bone dry now. And And definitely, as the grip gets more and more and more, these guys have a golden chance to take pole position. So Makamo, Griffith, and Zolga, they're all gonna try to take down Federi from pole, and they have a solid chance to do it. So Jamie Griffiths, he goes onto the track, the man in P6, the man who commentated this for a few races this season. So let's see now, as he's starting his out lap. So yeah, these have had the perfect strategy choice for this qualifying. You can see more grip on the track. You can see the lap times. And everyone else can go out again. They finished their session, they got a checkered flag. So these three guys, Makamo, Griffith, and Solga, have this golden opportunity. Zolga are gonna wait even more. You can see a car coming out on track on the minimap. It's Zolga. So Zolga's gone out, which means Makamo is the only one that needs to start the lap. Out of the pits. Now, Makamo needs to hurry just to make sure he makes the cut, because this is the perfect time to be on track. The drier it gets, the higher chance you have of going for pole position. And Griffiths, I think he knows that this is his chance, and if he doesn't mess up, he can seriously be on pole position. He grabbed a no, he didn't grab a win. He didn't even grab a pole position this season. My mistake, guys. Sorry, but I'm sure he wants to go for it now. Here he goes, as Makamo is on the track as well. So these are the last three guys to do a lap. They're all in time. You can see Jamie Griffiths powering through North Curve. Now racing down. There's still some wet patches on the run down to turn 2. So you need to be careful on the braking. And he gets the braking right, I think. A little bit of a wobble into 2. Now into 3 onto the Parabolica. The power. You can see now. At the sector split, Jamie Griffiths is 1 tenth down, but he's still improved by almost 6 tenths. So this is good for him. Maybe he can find time in the remaining sectors. You can see he had that little wobble in turn 3, so he still has a chance for a very good result. If not pole position, he can be on the front row into the top 3. Gonna have to see. He goes into the Mobile 1 curve, braking hard. Hit that apex, and there he goes. Now power again, and keep the power going through this corner. So you can have a good run onto here. He's 2 tenths down, almost 3 tenths down on pole at the other sector. He's guaranteed to improve from his P6, I think. But how much is he gonna improve? Is he gonna go 1 place, 2 places, 3 places, or even more? Or better? Time to see now. Through the final 2 corners. And now through the sud curve. Here goes Jamie Griffith. Where is he gonna go? The final few meters now, powering onto the line, and Jamie Griffith goes into 6th place. He didn't improve on his position at all. Well, that's disappointing, unfortunately. But here goes Baron Zolga. What can the DTM champ do? He's 4 tenths off, but he's 7 tenths on an improvement. So Zolga is definitely gonna be able to gain a lot of places if he keeps this up, because the middle of the pack is extremely close. So at this rate, he could be right behind Griffiths. Just gonna have to see if he can keep out the tempo heading into the final sector. Just 1 corner to go for the Hungarian. Here goes Balan Zolga. Is this gonna be pole? Here goes across the line, and it's P15. He lost a lot of time in the final sector. This is very weird. Now Makamo is the only one left. He's in 3rd, but can he get onto the front row? Can he take pole position? Now it's time to find out. Daniel Makamo, the last one to do a lap in this session. He does not improve whatsoever. This was very disappointing, but yeah, that's the grid done. It's pole position for Andrea Federi after a crazy session. I thought everyone at the end was gonna have an advantage, but at the end it didn't seem to impact them so much. But yeah, it's pole position for Andrea Federi. With an incredible lap. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for these guys to get into the pits. Griffiths. He starts in P6 tomorrow. He's usually good at qualifying, and I'm sure he's gonna want to get some good points tomorrow, because he is in P16th in the championship, and he already has a podium to his name. So I'm sure he wants to add more points to his tally. Griffiths is in, and we're just waiting for the final 2. Oh yeah. Zolga just a few corners before he pits. Managed to improve, but not as much as I expected. It's only gonna be P15 for the Hungarian. pulls over into the pit lane. And there he goes. I think that's speed limiter. Daniel Macamo, I'm sure he's disappointed not to improve, but even so, he's starting P3, which is a good opportunity for the race tomorrow. I don't think he's won a race in a very long time, and this might be his chance if he can get if he can keep the pace tomorrow. This is gonna be very interesting. I'm just saying. If Macamo into the pits, you can see now the grid order, which is gonna be on pole position is Andrea Federi, followed by Laura Chung in second, and Daniel Macamo, who we're on board with in P3. After that, we got Leon Campana and Thomas Anderson in very very impressive P5 for Anderson, followed by Jamie Griffiths in sixth. Then we got championship leader Xavi Perez in seventh, just ahead of rivals Nicolas Zorbach and Paulino Tomaselli, the two racing engineering teammates. Then we got Tomasz Pascual in the it's not MP Motorsport, sorry. I think it is, but Tomasz Pascual is in 10th, followed by Max Killen. And then we got Joel Hutter in P12, followed by Henry Watzel and Rodrigo Gomez in 14th. They got Balin Zolga in 15th and Nazar Radivojevic in 16th. Look how close the pack is between these guys. It's insane. Like 5 guys within a half a tenth of a second. These conditions are very tricky to manage perfectly. Isaac Fashor 17th, then Jared Fosbury in 18th, and San Tomasili 19th, then Mens Valdiger in 20th, David Suarez in 21st, and Maxim Titkov 22nd. This is strange. It's the first time that the Russians did badly in Germany, because last time because Daniel Kvyat did very good in Germany, and also the Soviet Army did very good in Germany. So by winning the war, I mean, but you know what I mean. So yeah, unfortunate for takeoff, but that's the qualifying session done. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because remember, there's the Formula E race after this. It's at Monaco, so it's gonna be interesting. Let me know who you think is gonna win the Formula E and who's gonna win tomorrow, because we got a lot of action heading. And also, don't forget, I think there's gonna be some GP4 OC news tomorrow regarding the top class and yeah, we're just gonna wait and see what's gonna happen. I don't really care so much about the seats, but it's still interesting to see what happens. I signed up for a test driver role, and I just signed up for a DTM spot, so we're gonna see. I don't really care what happens to me, but it's interesting to see what happens to everyone else. But yes, Joe just said Formula E starts in 41 minutes. So see you in 41 minutes, guys. I'm not gonna be for the commentary, of course, but I will be there tomorrow, maybe alongside someone else. But yeah, I've been me, you've been you. So this has been GP2 race, GP2 quali, GP2. So yeah, thank you guys, and goodbye. Thanks.